What's the motherfucking deal? Give me just a moment. I don't know what's going on. I'm having some freezing going on with the camera, so for whatever reason, it's stuck in a particular position. But I'm here. We got things to talk about. I want to welcome you to the Den Show. If you're not familiar with the Den is the best conversation on the entire internet. You can search high and low. You won't find a better show. Um, so a very tragic event is taking place, and a lot of people have been talking about it. This happened recently, a couple of hours ago. And I'm probably going to mispronounce it because, when I watch stuff, half the time I don't have the sound on, or I do more reading than I do watching when it comes to trying to get information on stuff. So I believe it's called Waukesha, Wisconsin, where a suspect or person of interest, whatever they call it nowadays, you can't use certain words anymore, has driven through a crowd of people at a Christmas parade. And I know some people were asking, well, why are you having a Christmas parade before Thanksgiving? I don't think it really matters in this case. It's really about what took place, right? So we're going to get to that. We're going to see who we have joining us. While we're doing that, I'm going to be kind of tinkering in the background, trying to get this, getting this situation together with, with the camera. I don't know why it's acting like this. I don't know what's going on. But I see Adam Gontier, the lovely Miss K. Grace, John, my favorite New Yorker, 17. What's the motherfucking deal? Jason S. McVice, hey, Stream Elements bot. Cartier White, how you doing, Miss Cartier, with your real hair? Miss Bell, Northern Style, I don't drink Southern Style sweet tea. Holly S, how you doing this evening, ma'am? The lovely Miss Shonda Tony. Heidi. And St. Lou in the building, aka Ryan Blair. St. Lou, your name and your behavior do not coincide. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys some things. It's just I'm mad because, like I said, I got to see what's going on with the camera. Let me tinker in the background while we're doing that. But I could be pulling up the other video. Hopefully, yeah. Let me just switch it over. I'm gonna show you guys some things, and we can get it right. 335 in the building. You can throw up the 3-finger piece. And Mike M, who is the worst person, maybe the third worst person in all of the Den community. Young Bandit. Well, I am the host, so that's who I am. Let's see if we can get this thing activated right. For whatever reason. Wood catcher to wipe my fucking face. What is going on with this piece of shit, right? It's like it's doing this weird thing where it's just freezing. I don't know why it's doing this. And it's just taking steals from the from whatever I got going on, as opposed to actually playing it. So let me see what we can get going on here. All the settings are right. Everything else should be how it should be. This is terrible. Let's try this. I guess this is what we have to be. We're just gonna have to work like this, right? We're just gonna have to work with it. It's just it's on some other shit. Yeah, pardon me. I don't know why the fuck is doing this. I'm gonna unplug, replug, and do some other things. But let's go ahead and slide over here, right? Yeah, this is my face right now as things are not operating in the way they should be. So, let me put up the graphic display first, because some of these videos, I'm gonna show y'all multiple versions. I'm gonna show y'all the I'm gonna show y'all the version that they're showing on the news, and I'm gonna show you the actual version. So the following footage may be considered graphic. Viewer discretion is advised. I'm gonna show you the blurred out one so you have an idea of what's gonna take place. Then after that, I'm gonna show you the real one so that way you can kind of decide whether or not you want to fully watch it. That will be up to you. Okay. So Travis, Delta Echo Golf, and let me see anybody else I may have missed. But let's talk about it, right? Let me get this off of here. Now, I know a lot of people are saying I'm watching and I'll get into my thoughts on this, right? Because there's a few things I'm going to show you. So, this one, we'll watch this one first. Pull this up and pause it. Blur it out like there's a bunch of nudity going on, but this is a car. So if you don't know what happened, I guess I should explain what happened, because if you don't know, again, a driver drove through a crowd of about, well, a large crowd, but 20 people were hit. They said there's multiple deaths. Some of the things I'm reading, the things that there's up to at least 5 or more. I'm seeing that, they said 15 plus people have been, admitted to the hospitals. And so people have immediately gone to the idea of this being possible. Again, in Wisconsin, a terror attack, retaliation for the Rittenhouse trial, various different things. But I'll tell you exactly what I think is going on after we watch it. And I got to show you the uncut version so that you can fully understand why I think what I think. And I want you to pay attention to it. I'll probably pull the whiteboard up so you can actually have an understanding. But let's go. So as you can see it going down the street, you see a lot of people laid out, and you see what's taking place there, okay? So you got that. I'm gonna show it to you one more time, then I'm gonna show you the uncut version. So you guys can kind of have an idea of what you're about to see, right? Now, let's get this live and direct. Large crowd of people marching in the parade, and then you see this vehicle just starts barreling through people, right? And carries on down the street, down the way, on back to business. Okay. I wish you guys could see my face right now. It's not a Trump supporter. And I don't think this was necessarily a terror attack, right? I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think happened here, okay? And what I believe happened is, first, we got to address the issue at hand, right? Every time the media does not tell you the race of the person of interest or suspect or whatever, it's a 95% chance that it is what some people like to use the term POC, right? Absolutely not. It is generally a black person or somebody of minority descent, some type of ethnicity, because we can't address that, right? We can't ever speak on that. And I'm telling you this as a black man. So, I want to tell you though why I don't believe this was a retaliation for the Rittenhouse shit, or I don't think that this was a terror attack. I'm going to play some more news footage and some kind of things so you can kind of see the details of what happened. See all these people laid out, right? And again, this is very unfortunate. I'll tell you why this is not a terror attack. Right here. If this was a terror attack, he would be going straight down the middle, trying to run over as many people as he can, right? As many people as he could wipe out. If this was a terror attack, the point of a terror attack is to do as much damage as physically possible, right? This person was veering off, but still in a state of urgency. What I think this is a motherfucker who did some dirt somewhere else in town, right? And is trying to flee the scene to make it back to, wherever their headquarters is. And they happen to run into a parade, right? So you got a lot of adrenaline pumping, you got a set destination in mind. This person does it this person didn't think about it, right? What they're doing right now is thinking about themselves and trying to get free. Wouldn't be surprised if the vehicle comes up as a stolen vehicle or something of that nature. I got pictures of the vehicle I'll share with you in just a second. But if this was a person intending to retaliate for the Rittenhouse shit, they'd be trying to take out as many people as they can. If this was, again, like I say, a designed terror attack, they'd be trying to wipe out as many people as they can, right? Again, like I said, this is a person who wasn't thinking. They ran into this situation and they tried to escape. This is a single. I believe they said the individual was a black male. I had found a picture earlier of somebody had like a slow shot of the car, but I couldn't find it again. It's not speculation. This is what happened. I guarantee you. So whenever this all comes out and when it all comes down to it, because allegedly they said, some people said it was 3 black guys in the car. Some said it was 1 black guy in the car, but it was a black man in the car. And I'm gonna tell you why. Terror absolutely means make a statement. If I'm going to be a terrorist, you think I'm gonna let me single out specific individuals that I want to take out? No, I'm going to do mass damage. You think the people who hit 9/11? Well, we want to pick out just a few of them. You know, if you're causing a terror attack, you want to make as bold of a statement as possible. That's simply it, right? I mean, it is what it is. No speculation. I'll tell you exactly what the fuck it is. You have a call. I'll show you the fucking call, right? And I think Broderick made this call. But listen, here it is. It's for you right here.
It was a black guy with dreadlocks by himself. I don't know if you want to use that.
Okay, well, listen, Rick.
And I'm not, listen, hey, I'm a black guy. So I'm not, saying that because I'm a white guy out of Waukesha saying black guy did it.
Okay.
But this is what her daughter said.
Rick, I should inform you right now, you are on live television. So we
Oh, really?
Everything you say we are using. So we wanna be careful.
Well, I'm telling you, okay.
And we are going to, listen, you are an eyewitness account and we're taking you at your word. We are going to work to confirm these details later. But to sum up, you were at the...
It was a black guy with...
Now, again, for whatever reason, it's not doing my little monitoring issue I've been having. I don't know why it's doing it. My PC has been tripping again. But again, I'm telling you, it's a situation where this motherfucker did some dirt. And after you flee the scene, like, you've been in this corner and you like, fuck, you don't know if somebody behind you, don't know what you got going on, but turning around is detrimental to your safety, right? You start panicking. You're already making bad decisions if you committing some form of crime. Now, again, I could be wrong. This is my general consensus, but again, I don't think a nigga would be dumb enough just to drive through a crowd of people at a Christmas parade. I don't think niggas is mapping shit out like that. I think he made a dumb decision and got caught up in some other shit. And if it was 3 of them, then they were definitely trying to get away. Have you ever been in a poorly planned getaway? You know what I'm saying? A poorly planned getaway. It is what it is, right? But ultimately, it doesn't matter what the reason was. We do know what the outcome of it was. And the outcome was that several people lost their lives. So whatever it originally started out as, it became something different. Like, again, if I feel like it was going to be for retaliation, you don't do it in a goddamn car. But the news is a piece of shit for having this guy live on the air and not telling him that he was live on the air until afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So my profile photo doesn't help. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm mad that my camera is really tripping. Like, I don't know what's going on with it. Let me do something. Oh, I know what I gotta do. But I'll figure it out. But again, so you got the guy calling in, the black guy, and he's saying, that got witnesses said it was a black gentleman driving the car. What's a gentleman? Like I said, there was a photo who caught the guy at the wheel. I just wasn't able to save it. I was doing something else. And so again, the thing is that it's very unfortunate. It is, a lot of people have lost their lives. But this guy, they already have a person of interest in custody. Allegedly, there's 2 more people, right? Is what is being said. And if this was a crime, he's going to snitch on everybody, right? And so that actually might not be a good, and it's not. And again, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he was a terrorist, he would have drove straight through the middle. Because here's my thing: a terrorist, one, is not trying to get away. for the most part. Like, I mean, they're just like, fuck it. I'm gonna go out here and cause a bunch of havoc. I've given up on life. I'm ready to take whatever comes with it, and whatever. So he try to wipe out as many people as possible, not try to veer through it, because it attempted as though he tried to veer to the side of the parade, start knocking motherfuckers off, realize it was what it was. If not, why not hit the fucking sidewalk? Why not hit everybody? Like, again, it's a whole lot going on. Yeah, but this time it's the other side of Charlottesville. Again, and I'm not laughing because this is a sad situation, but the way people are spinning this narrative, I think it is crazy. Yeah, for a person to commit an act like this, you've obviously given up on life. Because if you think that I'm just going to drive through a crowd at the Christmas parade and get away with it, with everybody and their mama out there filming and recording and showing all this stuff, absolutely not. The craziest part, though, there was a baby. Yes, a baby, right? Even Asians don't drive that bad, Heidi. There was a baby dancing in the street, and the fucking SUV came speeding by. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's crazy, 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 right? So that's why I feel like this was an act prior to this, and that this person was trying to get away from it. I don't think that this was a terror attack. I don't think this was a Rittenhouse revenge attack. It's very unfortunate. But I'll show y'all the damage to the vehicle. Let me pull this up. I'm mad that the fucking camera froze up. Cause I got thoughts about what y'all are saying, and you need to see my face so you know exactly how I feel about what you're saying. Oh, yes, Young Ken, appreciate the super chat, love. Everything is good except for this goddamn camera. But you know what? I know y'all don't pay attention. It might be more of a streamer thing. Logitech, they did affiliate themselves with goddamn Streamlabs. And I'm removing everything Streamlabs off the setup. That's why you see Stream Elements now. I'm not going to be doing donations and things to Streamlabs anymore because they're a piece of poop company. And I don't like their practices. So I'm not going to tell everybody else not to do it. But, you do what you choose if you use it or not. Where is the? So this is the vehicle, right? This is the vehicle that happened. This is what it looks like after everything being said and done. These are police right here. That's, again, it looks like he appears to be moving quite rapidly. Here's another one right next to it. So it was at a red Ford Escape. No pun intended. If you choose to drive an Escape, you're probably not going to escape. Again, no, they're not white supremacists. They're black supremacists. You know what's going on. Now, people allege, like say I saw a whole bunch of people just say, oh, it's Trump supporters doing it again. And they're if this is a Trump supporter, this is one of the few Negro Trump supporters, one of the few great Negro Trump supporters in America. But like I said, I believe this was a dude who was committing a crime elsewhere. Again, when you try to flee the scene or something like that, you have a heightened level of adrenaline, right? And depending on how you operate, you got to think about it. Some people take adrenaline, fight or flight, and they make the right decision. Some people adrenaline, they take the flight, and who else gets done it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He backed in. Again, he probably backed in where he came from before that, because, and again, that's what I say, this is poorly planned. Like, if anything, if you're trying to escape in your escape, why would you back in and show the whole world, hey, we're looking for a red SUV that just did a whole bunch of damage to a lot of people, and you show the whole world the damage, right? Like, I guess, I don't know. Heidi, you can't drive. I think Heidi's good at a lot of things, but I just have a feeling Heidi's like a terrible driver. I don't know if this is at his home. I don't know exactly. Like I said, they were kind of sketchy with some of the information, right? I'm pretty sure some more has come out within the hour or so since I last picked some things up. I think they were supposed to do another press conference. But again, here's a couple of things here is another angle of what happened. And check this out. Right? This is the terror attack where he literally whiffed past everybody. This is the terror attack. Right? I wish I could see my face. This is why I say this is not a terror attack. This was not a planned deal. This is a dude who was trying to escape from something, made a bad decision. And, you know, he probably saw other cars or whatever on the street, didn't realize it was a parade, and thought that he was going to be able to get through traffic. He's trying to get home, right? He's trying to get home from whatever other crime that he has committed, right? Like, this motherfucker done robbed somebody, he done robbed a dope man, or who knows, could have done something else. Like, I don't know what other situation puts you in a panic only other than a crime, right? And again, if you've just committed something, an atrocious act, you're not going to stop and see, well, a little bit of traffic here. Let me, yeah. This is where he missed, right? This is where he missed. Now, they got him in custody. You know what I mean? So that's what I said. I mean, if you want to be sure a weird definition of it, sure, go for it. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. But I'm not going to agree with you. This was not a terror attack. This was an incident of criminal behavior, here, point blank. So there's that. Hopped off the barber chair without paying. Oh, terrible. Did y'all see that barber incident? Did y'all see that fucking barber incident? I want to say it happened in, was it New York? I saw where it was, I forgot. Where the, you know what I'm saying? Like, where the guy came in there, shot the barber, and the dude sitting in the chair was a cop. And Dave sucked my dick. How about that? Again, this is not a tale. Like, people want to make it something because people need a narrative to eat, right? They need, like, guys like Dave need a narrative to feed into. This was just an idiot trying to fucking get home from some kind of crime that he committed. And fucking, it was definitely self-defense. He was defending himself from the long wait at the parade. Yeah, people need narratives. People, like, they have to. Those are people who've been caught in by the media, or they get caught in the fucking Twitter rabbit hole, so they need it to be something extreme. It has to be, yeah. Here's the thing, like, people got me like really misunderstood, apparently. And that's why I wish my damn camera wasn't tripping, so that I could fucking, you can see my face, you can see exactly how I feel about this. But again, I don't think it's BLM, right? I think, you know, BLM did whatever dumb shit they were out there doing. But I do believe, like I said, I think it's just a dumbass. Like, y'all gotta understand, the only time, and y'all know if you've been here long enough, niggas, when I say niggas versus black people versus, you know, BLM, these are all separate things. Give a fuck. I don't have to have empathy, right? I think it's a very unfortunate situation. So I got empathy in my genes. Dave, so if you could tell me that I don't have empathy, and you're trying to think through my mind, what are you trying to say? I mean, can you think through my mind? No, Dave, stay. I like Dave. Dave is cool with me. I need a Dave. We need Dave. We need more Daves in the den, right? Exactly. Dave needs a narrative. Dave is sympathy. But again, we need Dave so I can prove the points of the things that I tell y'all about all the time, right? Again, I don't have empathy for the driver. All the people I care about in this situation, the kids that got hurt, because they were out there having a good time. And, you know, after all the lockdowns, everything that we've had, and, you know, restricted people have been, and you're starting to get back to that sense of normalcy, and you're starting to get back to regular life, hopefully, if you've got all your extra boosters. You know, it's like, then something like this happens. Now people are going to be afraid, you know, because another narrative is going to be painted. It's going to be whatever it may be. I like Dave. We need Daves. You know what I'm saying? Because Dave is in the narrative. Dave can't get outside his own mind. And the thing is that Dave is so obsessed with black people. He's on a channel that he knows is being hosted by a black man because he needs to talk to black folks. He needs this. You know what I'm saying? He needs it. So I'll never call you. You call me. I'll open up the line in just a second. You can call me, Dave. We can talk about whatever you like. But there's like 20 people. Debate you live? Absolutely. I'll open up the line shortly. You can call in and we can talk about whatever you want to. But like I said, the thing about it is, this guy here, not that bright, not that intelligent. This was not some well-calculated plan. This was not some, that he figured that I'm going to get out here and I'm going to do this. Because again, if this was like determined terror attack, think about it. Think about all the incidents we've had. There was one in Dallas a while back where that guy was getting into it with the cops and I think they had to blow him up with that robot. These people are not bent on getting back home. They're not bent on getting back to safety. They're not bent on, continuing life. They're going to do as much damage. They're going to do as much trauma to everybody else they can. And then generally it ends up with suicide by cop or something of that nature, right? That's generally how it ends up. So this guy, again, this guy is doing something different. Again, like I said, he's just trying to get away from a crime that I feel like he's committed prior to this. And he did not plan very well, panicked in the moment, and his panic made it 10 times worse. Huan being, is that like some kind of Chinese food? Huan beings? I don't know what that is. Huan, is that like number 16A? I don't know. Y'all can let Dave make it. Dave is entertaining. But again, so like I said, here I'll show you a couple things from the law enforcement, and then, like I said, we will open up the lines. We will talk about it.
The vehicle struck more than 20 individuals. Some of the individuals were children, and there were some fatalities as a result of this incident. We will not be releasing information on fatalities at this time while we are working on notifying the family members of the deceased. The vehicle struck.
I'm still in the back. I'm trying to figure out why the damn camera is tripping. This is unfortunate. This makes me upset.
The Waukesha Christmas parade was taking place when a red SUV drove through the barricades westbound, heading down Main Street.
Can you speak up, please?
Yes, I can. The vehicle struck more than 20 individuals. Some of the individuals were children, and there were some fatalities as a result of this incident. We will not be releasing information on fatalities at this time while we are working on notifying the family members of the deceased. An officer did discharge his weapon at the suspect vehicle to try to stop the vehicle. No bystanders were injured as a result of the weapon discharge. The officer involved
I did think Heidi
has been with the department for 6.5 years. Victims were transferred by Waukesha Fire Department to the hospital. Chief Hart will speak on that.
Dave is a
grown
emotional man.
To the hospital, and family members also transferred
too many emotional
victims
men.
From the scene to the hospital.
Oh, he might not even be. He might
We're
not
no longer
be
looking for a suspect vehicle.
But he's just an emotional man.
In custody at the moment.
Just like the rest of
But
the
this is still a very fluid investigation.
Emotional man.
I was present at this tragic event and saw firsthand the resiliency as a community coming together. The Waukesha Christmas parade.
All right. You said they did have a stabbing before this? Organic? I think that jabs are good for the people who want them. If they want them, go for it. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do with their body. That's their decision. If they want to inoculate themselves, let them. If they choose not to, I think they should have the right not to do so. And people live with whatever consequences come from the choices that they make. Damn it, I don't want this. I want the damn video camera to fucking work. And Max is fucking on. And get that out the way. This is the face you want to see the whole damn time? No, that's not. I don't even want to look at this face the whole damn time. let me figure out something. Let me switch it up. This is terrible. Who is this guy? So again, like I said, it's a very important situation. It's fucked up, right? And it's to the point though where it's gotten so fucked up in society that you're just kind of like, what's next? What's next? What's next? Right? Um, it's just like, what's next? So yeah, I was doing a fucking crazy thing and it just like paused on my face. And it's like, it's what's next in life? What's next? And it's crazy because you almost become callous to these type of situations, right? You almost become like, you know, why? What I mean, I just feel fucked up for the kids. Period. Like, because those who lost their life, you know, didn't get a chance to live, like, that's the only people I really care about. Like, you know, if you're grown, making your own decisions, it is what it is. But children, the ones the teachers haven't indoctrinated yet, at least, um, who are just, you know, experiencing this thing we call life, learning all the good things and growing and learning and becoming something, or just new experiences, whatever it is. Like, you're just out there having a good time. You haven't been fucking brainwashed. You haven't grown up and realized life fucking sucks, you know? Now, it's just like, nah, a lot of them got hurt. A lot of them probably out there having fun, doing, you know, whatever it is. Um, you know, again, it just is what it is. But I really do believe that this was a guy who's committed a crime, made a bad decision, and then tried to follow through with that, and then panicked, right? And panicked. Didn't the government say it was a safe place? But you can live wherever you want to in America. You can live wherever you want. Like, what is happening now to niggas in Wisconsin? I haven't seen anything happen to a nigga in Wisconsin. Like, they seem to be doing all right in Green Bay. But I don't know, bro. This is pissing me off because I don't know why this camera's doing that.
The
Switch it
Waukesha
here.
Christmas Parade was
Take
taking
him off
place
of
when
there.
a red SUV
So give me a second. I
drove
guess we'll
through the
open up the
barricades,
line. But I know,
westbound,
like,
heading down.
now if I open up the line with this face, everything that you're saying is going to be looking like this motherfucker saying a bunch of bullshit. So let me try to figure out if I can resolve this matter. I wonder if the other camera is working. Let me see. Let me check a couple of things here. And again, I apologize for the technical difficulties, but something of this nature happens every night, one way or the other. And it's really, I'm still having them fucking USB issues. And again, like I said, this fucking board it's just, it's terrible. I'm very upset with AMD. I don't want to go back to Intel, but I might have to. Just might be the thing to do. All right, let me get this deactivated. Let me open up this and see how it looks. If it shows here, then maybe we're all right. But so again, right? What are y'all talking about? Yeah, that's what I say. I don't think it was a terrorist attack. I don't think it was a I don't think it was a racially based. I think it was just a dumbass dude fucking pulled a stunt that he could not complete properly. Right? So there's that. Are y'all talking about Tina Marie? Are we still talking about Tina Marie and Ashley's beef with all people who are white that sing? So the camera's working fine over here, right? When I don't have it on the thing, but it is catching a little bit of a hitching. This one maybe not so much. I don't know. I think it's still tripping. Yep, still fucking doing it. It's still fucking doing it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what would I do in a situation like that if I was trying to get home? I wouldn't be in a situation like that because I'm not finna fucking rob nobody, or I'm not finna do whatever he may have fucking did. And I'm not saying I don't know. This is my assumption. Like I didn't. Let's flip the script. You say it's a terror attack. If I was a terrorist, I would think the goal of a terrorist again would be to do the most damage possible, right? The most damage that you possible. So why would I be avoiding people if I'm trying to damage? Like it's like he accurately picked people off in his Ford Escape as he drove through the crowd, the edges of the crowd. We saw when he had a vehicle in that scene right there, he wasn't wrecked or anything. He drove straight past people. So again, why would, if it was a terrorist attack, why would he avoid individuals? Why would he skip over people? Why wouldn't he just drive straight through the crowd and hit as many people as he could? Right? Again, that's that. He could have been. That fentanyl's a motherfucker. What's your excuse? I mean, why are you so eager to misspell your art? You got plenty of time, Dave. We're not going anywhere. You can spell correct. You can right click, use the dictionary, whatever it may be. Or I don't know. Yes, this is not a terror. I'm telling you, this is not like. See, here's the thing. I know niggas. I'm still, I'm still what I say. At any time, I can be 15 to 42% nigga. But this right here, I'm telling you, this is not a nigga act of terror. And if it is, I will come back and concede how wrong I was. But I'm telling you, what you're gonna find out when this is all said and done is that he did something he wanted to. He did something criminal earlier, and he was trying to get out of the situation. But it's not like he could have did a 3-point turn or something like that after, he's trying to avoid it again. The same way when you see a getaway chase or all this other thing, like the bitch who just ran into the truck the other day. Like, if you're on a high-speed chase or you're running from something, you're not thinking about, let me stop, hit reverse, let me turn around. You know what I'm saying? It's like none of that stuff will make sense. Yeah, or he could have been. Yeah, you know how the weed man be. Hey man, you got 5 minutes. Oh shit, man, I'm on the way. So again, like I said, I don't know. I didn't say I would run over 20 people. You can see he has a music video? Oh wow. That should tell you everything you need to know then right there. Is it a rap music video? Does he talk about shooting and doing all that? I'm opening up the line for Dave because I want to know if Dave sounds exactly like I think he does. I'm just mad because y'all definitely need to see my face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if this was a calculated event, it would have been executed much differently. This was an on-the-fly situation. This motherfucker wasn't just like, oh, operating house got off. Let me go run some white people over. That's not what the fuck happened, right? I'm not saying he probably wasn't mad about that. Like most niggas was mad about that. But again, I hope he does. I'm gonna open up the line right now because fucking shit is freezing. Man, it's only on the fucking OBS because on the side of the shit is fucking it's playing fine. But for some reason in OBS it is not going through. And that is extremely unfortunate. But we gotta do what we gotta do. Let me get off the sauce line onto the Denline. And we're gonna talk to my friend Dave. There's a number, Dave. Call me. Let's talk. And the line is free for anybody who wants to call 832-694-1337, 832-694-1337. If you want to call into the den and you want to discuss this, because I guarantee you Dave won't make any valid points whatsoever. He'll try to go on a semi-racist rant, and he doesn't know. Again, you know how, if you've been in the den long enough, you know how we rock with that. I welcome it. Saying, hey, Vrabel, thanks for supporting, even though somehow, some way, y'all let the Texans win. And again, you can't read, Dave. It's literally on the screen. You that ignorant? It's right there on the screen. Use it. But here's the thing, right? No, he's not gonna call. Dave's a bullshit motherfucker. It's on the screen right in front of his face. He don't want somebody to repeat it, type it. Yeah, that's just a motherfucker who wants some attention. You're no Dave Thomas, I tell you that. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Oh wow. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me make sure the settings over here are done too, because I did undo everything last night. And I didn't put it back together until I got on the sauce today. Let me make sure you got the right one, baby. All right. Yeah, we were again. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not a good troll though. That's the how on I was only Dave is ESL. Dave is ESL, bro. Dave. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den?
Dave. This is Dave.
What's up, Dave? Let's talk, Dave. What's on your mind, my good friend?
Seriously,
Dave?
you're talking about 3-point turns and kids are fucking dying? Kids are fucking in the hospital fighting for their lives, and you're talking about 3-point turns.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything? You could do it. He could have done a 3-point turn.
Shut up for a minute. Shut up. You said I didn't call her.
Wait. This is my show, bitch. You're not going to tell me to fucking shut the fuck up.
Oh, no, because you don't want me to make my point.
Because you're not making the point. Okay, look, let me explain to you. So he could have did a 3-point turn in the crowd and hit more children, right? He could have turned back around and hit more kids. So what does that have to do with kids dying?
Listen to your fucking logic trying to justify a murderer's deeds because he's black like you.
How did I justify it? That's one. So you're ignorant, Dave. So you're not ignorant. You're ignorant, Dave. Because the first thing I did was I condemned him.
And you're low IQs.
Okay.
You get used by the media to screw people over.
The guy who can't
spell. Media, you know what I'm talking about when I say the media send you into white communities to ruin them.
The guy who can't spell is calling me low IQ.
To ruin them by the bankers.
The guy who comes in here and is attempting to make the same talking points that I make on this show.
It's like black violence. You can't argue. You argue. You're violent with your words.
This is violence. You're a soft ass dude, Dave. You can't handle somebody
talking
to you.
It's called the conversation.
No, we're not taking turns because
people with high IQs have conversations. Low IQ people like you just talk over.
Okay, well, a person with a high IQ would understand the points that are being made and not mislead other people because those aren't statements that I made. You're saying things
calling you give me time to talk.
You're not talking about shit. You made an assumption, and so here's my thing. You can say whatever you can say. You can say whatever you want to. No, you can say whatever you want to.
Call in, and then you just talk over me and
say whatever you want to, but you're not going to misconstrue my words.
And you're trying to justify somebody murdering a bunch of kids. No, you're on the side of a murderer. You're on the side of somebody who murders little kids. No, that's right. Somebody had to get home to their crack pipe, so you got to justify because you're black like them.
I'm gonna let him talk so y'all can see how stupid this sounds. Because if you've been in here the whole time, you know exactly what he said. If y'all know exactly what I've said, if you've been in here the whole time, y'all know exactly what I've said. So I'm gonna let Dave speak so you can see how ignorant it is. He came in with predetermined talking points and none of them make any sense. I'm gonna let him speak. Go ahead, Dave. Make your point, Dave. Because I'm about to embarrass you. Go ahead.
Okay. Am I on?
You're on. You're live. You're live, baby. Let's go.
You're making justification for this person because they're black like you and you don't even know them any of the facts. They could have been terrorists. But let's just set that aside. Let's assume they're not. And they just did this. It's subhuman activity with no empathy. When you hit the first person, you stop, even if you're running from the cops to want to get home to the warm crack pipe. Whatever you were fucking saying. The fact that you can't empathize or understand, holy shit, when white people do this, other white people look at other white people and go, subhuman, kill them. But somebody like you, the black community, the BLM community goes, oh, this 3-point turns. He was trying to get home. Oh, he was trying to defend some jokes about fucking Rittenhouse. You're a scumbag. You're a scumbag. And you have no empathy and you have a low IQ. You have no IQ and you're a low IQ, no empathy, piece of scumbag. You're a scumbag. You're a scumbity scumbag. Your whole people are all scumbag and used by the banker fucking media to ruin white communities. And everybody fucking knows it. Everybody knows it. Grandma knows it now. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a fact. And now you have to get violent because the facts, pushing lies don't matter now. Only thing that matter now is facts. And that's why, we got to get violent because we can't fucking lie anymore. That's why the violence is ensuing.
Yeah, I don't know, Dave. Did a black guy take your girlfriend? You're extremely
Every
angry.
day, black people do horrific things. And every day, the news is only, oh, this white person did something. Some white person does something, and then for weeks they'll go on about it. But every day you can find a video on the internet of some black people doing something horrific, and nobody says anything about it.
Oh,
It's
Dave.
ingrained
All
in
right,
your
Dave. I've
community.
let you
It's
rant.
just
I've
how
let you
you
rant.
are.
Let me go ahead and express my points. Because one, you have no idea where you are. If you
Okay,
ever,
no,
if
so
you,
what's your
if
point back? You don't have any point back.
okay,
You can't argue.
Okay, one, Dave, all you do, what you've done is basically come in here and spew
Fix
my
your
talking
community.
points.
Fix your
That's not my
community.
community. That's
Fix
not
your
my
community.
community.
Talking points.
It's
All
more
you
your
can say is
community.
talking points. All
It's
you have
more
is
your
talking points.
community than my
Everything
community.
I say is
You're
pure
more
from the
ignorant.
heart, and you
Here's the
can't
thing.
handle it. You can't handle the truth. Low IQ, no empathy can't handle the truth.
Done.
You're violence and dogma and repeating slogans. That's all you do.
I wish my camera
I
was
bet if we were
working.
together, you'd try to get violent, right?
No, I
I
wouldn't.
bet if we were together, you'd try to get violent,
I
right?
have absolutely no fear. You said we
Oh,
know
well, no, I
have
wouldn't,
you,
but
have
your
you,
people do,
have
and you
you
don't take
threatened me?
responsibility. You're trying to
Have you
clean up your
threatened me?
community, and
Have
you're
you
used
threatened
by
me?
people to ruin things.
Again,
You're used by
see,
people to ruin things.
I told y'all
You're
exactly.
used by people
I
to
told y'all
ruin things.
exactly what Dave would do. He'd come in here with his predetermined talking points, claiming I'm BLM because I'm black. I've been the most anti-BLM
You're going to
motherfucker
repeat
in
the
here.
same thing
So
over and
here's
over
the
again.
thing.
You're a broken record.
This is what I'm
You're a
saying.
broken record.
This is the funny
Move
shit.
on the fly.
You're the
Be
one
like
repeating.
Be like one of those homeboys on the basketball court.
You're
Be
the
on
one
the fly.
repeating.
Chip and jive. Move. Go with the flow. Improvise like jazz music.
Dave is fucking hilarious, bro.
I have a lot of sympathy for black people. But the black people that are poor and sitting in a bus stop, waiting with their kids, going to work and dropping off their kids with their grandparents so that they can actually have lives, sitting with nothing so they can pour their lives into their kids, so that at night they can go to home and look themselves in the mirror and know, I'm not contributing to the destruction of the world like the rest of the people in my community. The poor, when I see a fucking like stringy-haired black woman sitting with a fucking like Goodwill jacket at a fucking bus stop with a couple of kids, and I can probably imagine that she's taking them to daycare to go to work somewhere else so that she can have a meaningful life and actually have a little respect for herself. I fucking salute her. I get down on my knees and kiss that black human being, but not someone like you, not a fucking thugs who don't do anything and leech off of fucking culture.
Leech off of culture. What culture am I leeching off of?
Do you have any points? Hey, the floor is open to you now.
I can.
I'm listening.
If you're done, I'm more than willing to make my points because you said absolutely.
Oh,
nothing.
I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay.
I see. I gotta go. Okay. I'm letting you talk. Sorry.
So, if you've ever watched The Den, anybody knows in The Den, I come in here, I speak on the issues in the black community every single fucking day. Problems like this, problems that blacks do to one another every single fucking day. Because you can't comprehend, or maybe you came in here late, you didn't hear me initially say that this motherfucker was a scumbag and it was trash what he did. I'm not justifying anything. All I said was that I don't believe this was a terror attack. I don't believe that this was a revenge for Rittenhouse attack. I believe this is someone who committed a crime, made a shitty decision, and panicked. But you're trying to prove some point like I'm agreeing with what he did, like I'm justifying what he did. I don't give a fuck about this motherfucker. I don't care if he's black, white, Hispanic, Arab, pink, blue, purple, out of this world. I don't give a shit. None of that pertains to me. But what you did is you saw a guy with dreadlocks,
Okay,
maybe you saw some
what-
tattoos or whatever. Shut up.
Listen,
I'll let you have
listen,
your
for one
spiel, bro.
second, let me hear it.
I don't know. I'll let you
I
have your
know,
spiel.
but let me make this point. On a civil conversation to try to get the betterment of everybody. Let me make this one point about what you said. The problem is,
you did not engage this as a civil conversation. I let you have your floor and speak. You said a bunch of ridiculous shit that made absolutely no fucking sense.
All right. I'm still trying,
though. You're not doing a very good job of trying. So anyway, like I said, you came in here with predetermined assumptions. You came in here and assumed dreadlocks, tattoos, or I don't know what you can see on the screen, hat, whatever, because the shit is frozen up. You automatically assume this guy is pro-BLM and he's going to justify this guy. He's probably anti-Rittenhouse and all this other stuff. And I have nothing to prove to you. I don't give a fuck about you either. Just the same way I don't give a fuck about the rest of the motherfuckers. But my thing is, I allow people to have opinions. Just don't manipulate my words. So the things you're saying that I agreed with, I didn't. And that's what irritates me, because you came in here with shitty assumptions that you had previously prior to ever coming in the stream, and you just started spewing off a bunch of retarded ass nonsense. So you look stupid. So anybody who's ever been in the den prior to this night is laughing at you just like I'm laughing at you, because the shit you're saying makes absolutely no sense.
Fine. I don't care one way or the other. The truth don't care and the facts don't care. I don't care about getting
Give me
one
the
up.
facts. Give me the facts.
There's no
What fact
bonus.
do you have
There's
other than
no
he
prize.
ran over somebody?
No one's going to send me a check for one-upping you. No, I don't
You're
get
not
anything.
one-upping, though.
What I'm saying is, hold on, listen. The violence is entrenched in black culture, and when it spills over to white people, you act like it's no fucking big deal.
What do you think?
We don't do that to you. We don't do that to you.
That is false,
We
bro.
don't do that to you, and you don't listen, and you won't respect that.
No, one, I don't have to respect you. Two, where do you think black folks picked up black culture? They came up from poor Southern whites after slavery. That's the people they were around. That's the habits they picked up.
Yeah,
now, they took it and ran with it.
No one ever did anything to anybody ever. You're right.
Nobody said
it's
that.
Jews. Jews do way more of that shit. You know who owned all the slave ship? Look at the manifest on the slave ships and look whose name was on it. It's Levin, Silverstein, Cohen. Do those names sound familiar?
Do you think you're
It's not
enlightening
Southern white.
me
It's
to
not Southern
something?
white too.
Okay, did they live amongst the
on the
Jews?
slave trade, you fucking idiot.
Did they live amongst the Jews? I didn't say anything about who brought the slaves over. So okay, you got your talking points. I didn't say anything about who brought the slaves over. You're not enlightening anybody. You're not enlightening anything.
Black people in Africa today.
No shit. No shit, Sherlock. No shit.
In America
I didn't say that
combined.
on the stream last week. Whoa, well, great points
And
that
there are
you're
more
making.
slaves in Asia today than there ever were in America combined.
I
You
haven't
don't do
ever
anything
said
about those
before.
things. You just bitch and moan
I don't care
your
about those
talking
slaves.
points.
I
You're
don't
Mr.
care about
talking
slavery
point,
in
and you can't have a
America.
rational
I
conversation.
don't care
You're
about
a
any of
fucking
this
idiot.
stuff. You think that I'm thinking
I walk
something.
all over you, bitch. Bye.
You've never watched anything. And again, like I said, a feminine ass dude who cannot have a conversation, point proven. Again, anybody who's ever been in here knows how I operate. Again, a pussy he can't spew his talking points because they don't make any sense here. And again, I'm not gonna let somebody talk and just make up a bunch of shit that I did not fucking say. That's it. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Do what?
Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Oh, my name is Justin.
Justin, how are you doing?
How's it going?
I'm doing all right, Justin. How are you doing this evening?
Not too bad.
Okay. What's on your mind?
Man, I've been watching your show for the last couple weeks, and man, you really got some stupid people that call in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How so?
That's so like the last guy, for instance. Everybody wants to jump to these conclusions without waiting to see like what the facts are, like what's going on with everything. I'm a state leader of a national militia, and like with the incident tonight.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin, let's say that maybe it was retaliation for Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
It may have been, it may not have been, but if it was, I really don't necessarily believe that it was the guy's fault. I believe, and then I can't say that it was the guy's fault, but I think a lot of it has to do with the media,
I agree.
And the way that they fuel all these things and keep everything going and pushing everybody against each other, and the way they label people, and I'm a white militia guy. You're a black guy with dreads.
Yeah.
The media would tell us that we need to be on completely polar opposite sides of the aisle to try to keep everybody divided. And what they're doing is really just fueling a war in this country that nobody really wants.
I agree. I 100% agree with you on that, and that's the issue. Like I say, what do they call it? The most effective devil in America, the media, and they have a whole agenda. That's why when I said, when this first came out. You can tell generally the media likes to hide certain information about, culprits, about perpetrators and things like that. When in other circumstances, they'll, put it out, oh, this was a white guy who did this, that, or the third. And I agree with you. And I think that's part of the problem. I saw so many people, even with the Kyle trial, say that they had no idea that the people who were shot were actually white until, after the trial had concluded, that they had believed the whole time that he shot some black guys. And so they were fed up. They were mad about it. And I think that some of this is opening some people's eyes, but I think you still have a significant number of people who want to clinch so hard to that narrative because they need it. They need it to feed whatever beliefs that they have. And I think eventually in the long run, that's going to be their detriment.
Yeah, absolutely. They have to do it to sell an agenda. And a lot of that goes back to all the way, which is a real thing. It's not just a conspiracy. Project Mockingbird,
Yes.
When the CIA, it was a real project in the CIA, and they put CIA members in the media specifically to put out controversial topics to see how big they blew up or if it would divide people. And I think, they've successfully figured out a way to do that and make all that happen.
I agree. And I mean, you got the celebrities to it, you know, the athletes that have bought into it, and then the fact that, you know, so many people, excuse me, idolize and worship these people, you know, and they hang on their every word and they believe, you know, like these guys are the end all be all. Like I say, it's just, I think we are headed down a bad path, and I think that it's soon to, you know, get pretty ugly. And I hate that, you know, that's an idea or that's a thing that's going to happen, but I expect it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know, and especially with like the holidays coming up and then things, you know, more people are out and stuff, you know, the more the media ramps this stuff up, the more dangerous it gets for everyday citizens. And, you know, I mean, they continue to do this stuff though, and they'll continue to push it and, you know, all these things. And then a lot of the stuff that the media says is not true. I know for sure firsthand and what that feels like. You know, I'm on the Southern Poverty Law Center, labeled as a white supremacist.
Yes. Yes.
And, you know, my wife's black. My kids are mixed. I am a militia leader. But as it is, I'm far from a white supremacist. But I'm labeled as one.
Yeah.
And, you know, CNN's called me a white supremacist, MSNBC, ABC, Vice News. And I'm not. But they have to push that agenda to keep all this stuff going. And I think that's what comes down to what happened tonight. If it was a Kyle Rittenhouse, you know, retaliation or whatever you have it, I think it comes down to how the media is portraying it and feeling it and just trying to keep it going.
Yeah, and I definitely believe that they at the heart of it. And like I said, even if I'm wrong, I I just think that if it was a situation like that, it would have been handled differently. But even if I'm wrong, like I said, I have no problem admitting if this comes out and this guy had intentions and he was, you know, caught up in the bullshit and he did it. One, he needs to serve every day of whatever sentence he's handed down. If there were other people in the car with him, then they also need to be properly punished. And like I say, and I'll admit that I'm wrong. I just feel like that this was just the way he went about it seemed odd to me, that he kind of veered off at first and then just started plowing through. I thought, you know, whatever, that if that was the case, that he just ran through a bunch of people. But again, the ultimate outcome is that a lot of people have, you know, lost their lives, and that's unfortunate. Mainly, I think they said elderly and children, and a lot of people are injured. They're, you know, doing something they enjoyed and loved, and you know, that, you know, they have to pay with their lives. That's the unfortunate thing.
Yeah. What do you think is going to happen with the outcome of the Ahmaud Arbery case this week?
I'm going to be honest. Like, I haven't been as in tune with the Ahmaud Arbery case. I think it's a little bit different, but what I'm going to do, I told myself I'm going to spend some time tomorrow kind of looking more into it, make sure I'm getting all the facts before I really jump to it. But from what I know so far, I do feel like those guys need to serve some time. But again, like I said, to clarify, I do want to make sure I get all the details as to everything.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I haven't looked into it a whole lot, because I've pretty much seen all I've needed to see. In a sense that, you know, whether Ahmaud was stealing or whether he wasn't, like people said he was, whether he was or wasn't. The difference between the Ahmaud Arbery case and the Kyle Rittenhouse case is, in this case, 3 guys with guns got up and chased Ahmaud. In Kyle's instance, 3 guys chased Kyle.
Yes.
And that's the difference for me. You know, if I get in my car with a gun and I chase you down and you try to protect yourself and I shoot you, I'm a murderer. It is what it is. And I think those guys should be found guilty.
Yeah. I agree.
But all right, man, I appreciate it. I just wanted to call in and let you know that you get a lot of people that call in that are out there, man.
Oh yeah, but it's entertaining, man. You know, if the people enjoy it, you know, I don't take it too seriously. Like I said, this won't be the first time, probably won't be the last. It just is what it is. Like I say, it's good to hear, in my opinion, from everybody, from all walks of life, so people have an understanding. And like you calling in and, you know, sharing your thoughts. I'm sure there are people in the den who feel like, you know, militia members are racist or whatever, but to actually hear from somebody and, you know, to kind of hear their story a little bit, I think that's necessary so people can, you know, improve on their understanding of, you know, their neighbors and their community and the people around them without just always hearing what the television says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mr. Justin, you said?
Do what? You cut out a little bit.
I said, you said it was Justin, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, Mr. Justin, I thank you so much, and I really, truly do appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts with us this evening.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Thank you.
See ya.
Shout out to Justin. I'm mad. I'm really mad my camera's frozen, because if y'all could have seen my face during Dave's call, I really was enjoying. I was having a good time. He was just talking too fucking much. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. No, this is not Dave. That was Justin. The second caller was Justin. Shout out to Justin. I appreciate you watching. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in? Oh, and shout out to His Own Illusion. Appreciate the super saucy, super chat love. No, this ain't the sauce. Super chat love. Who do we got on the line this evening?
It's Dan, bro.
Dan, the motherfucking man with the plan. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing all right. Can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. I think I'm getting a little flat.
Okay, it's kind of auto tuning initially on my end. I have to make sure you can hear me correctly.
Okay.
Well, first off, I turned 36 about 5 minutes ago, so my 36th.
Oh, happy fucking birthday to Dan, the fucking man. Hey, y'all already know, if you've been in the Dan long, y'all already know what it is with that man. Drop a happy birthday for Dan in the chat, man. Let him know where it's at. Shout out to Dan, the man. Hey, most niggas don't make it to 36 the way, the way things been going, it seems like. So shout out to Dan. Oh, man. What are you doing to celebrate?
Thank you. I have a test tomorrow,
Oh.
and I just came from the library. That's my celebrating.
Okay.
I might buy some liquor, because I don't have class Tuesday because the professor's doing stuff, and I don't know. Heidi, your birthday's every goddamn time. Every time I call in, I keep seeing it in the chat. Make up your mind. Jason, Heidi, Illusions, Grace, Miss Bell, Sarah, thank y'all very much. I appreciate it. Thank you again, Honcho. Yeah, interesting. Now, so I was watching another gentleman earlier, and there was a report, getting on to the subject at hand, there was a report about the culprit who was driving the car.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all heard, but from what this witness told me, not me, but told the news reporter, and the news reporter, he said the news reporter was like, okay, wait, we can't say that now. He said it was a black guy with dreads.
Yes.
Did y'all hear the same thing?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know the motivation behind this. That hasn't been made clear yet. But I do know this man killed children.
Correct.
How many? I don't know. 28 people are injured. Yeah, kids are dead. If this is what I think it is, and given the timing, it would make sense. This is what they were worried about. One of these Looney Tune nutcases would do that, yeah. And this is despicable.
Yeah.
Now, if this is what I think it is, and they're right about who the culprit is and the rationale behind it, I'm probably a little drunk tomorrow. I haven't drinking about a year though, just because I'm trying to be abstain from a lot of things that I used to do when I was a kid.
Yeah.
If that is what I think it is, the mainstream media will be dodging this shit like Neo dodges bullets in the Matrix. They be dodging this shit, ain't gonna touch it. They say isolated incident, has nothing to do with the trial. You already know what it is about that. That's just sad, bro. That's just sad. This won't, if it was a white dude, it'd make national news. If it was a militia member like the last gentleman called it, it'd make the news. Yes. But if it's one of the, what does the Act Nation say? Sun people? And if it's for the reasons of, getting, if he's in the chat, shout out to Act Nation, bro. Yeah, he got some good stuff on his channel, too. This is just despicable, man. That's just sad, bro. That's just sad. I really don't have anything to say. Just to tell y'all, yeah, it's my birthday. I'm another year older, and tell you the what is LeBron? Oh, LeBron OG. Look, LeBron.
No.
I can't say anything about that man as a basketball player. He's one of the greatest basketball players to ever live. Oh no, I don't want no smoke with Dave. No, I don't want to smoke with Dave. No. Why are you trying to hype shit up? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's just really sad. But like I said, I hope this previous case has taught some people, not all people, to look at the whole facts of the matter for you. They're working on how to spin it. Yeah, you already know. Viper. You already know, man. Hopefully I'm wrong. Maybe he was just drunk. There was a rapper, I think it was South by Southwest some years ago, named, his rap name was Killing All Beats or Kill All Beats. He was drunk, driving an SUV. He hit like 20-some people, killed a few of them. So it's not an isolated incident that, you know, that a black man with dreads will drive into a bunch of people. Yeah. But, you know, but that happens, that can happen to anybody. So I'm trying not to be silly here. But given the timing, I got a humble feeling that this is about the case. It's related to the case. I could be wrong.
I don't mean to cut you off here, Dad. I just pulled something up.
Yeah, what's up?
And, you know, people saying I'm crazy and I'm doing all these things.
Okay.
You know, this gentleman here, and I think somebody in the chat might have said it, had, I believe, some open warrants, right? They said it would just had got caught up. He's 39 years old, Daryl E. Brooks Jr. or whatever, and has open felony cases in Wisconsin's court. Let's see, charges filed November 5th, 2021, very recently. $1,000 cash bail. Wow. Recklessly endangering, which is a felony, resisting an officer, which is a misdemeanor, felony bail jumping, domestic abuse assessments, disorderly conduct battery, both misdemeanors. So again, this is a guy who has a lengthy little history. I'm sure this is probably not the first. He has a tattoo over his eyebrow, right? So that kind of tells you maybe some things that the gentleman may be involved in. Let's see. Said another little thing here that I wanted to point out. Talk about the black guy with the dreads. There was something else I was scanning through.
Hey, for some reason, I don't see your picture moving. It's like frozen.
Yeah, my camera's tripping. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, it's been tripping. But again, and what it says in here is that it's believed that he was fleeing a separate incident, a criminal incident. It says LE sources say preliminary. Wisconsin incident appears to be a vehicle fleeing from a separate crime scene, a stabbing, when it plowed into a parade. So what did I say? A robbery or a murder or something like that. A crime where your adrenaline is going to be rushing and you're trying to escape. That's the first thing that I said when this all happened. People, it's a terrorist. This is the dumbest terrorist of all time. Like I said, you know, there's something I do in here a lot. And y'all know I have no problem putting my own thoughts on things and what I believe. And I think that for the most part, when we talk about incidents like this, I've been, I won't say just always on the money, but relatively close, right? And this is from, you know, personal life experiences. I haven't always been a stand-up guy. You know, it is what it is. I had to pay for my dues, and, you know, here we are today. And you realize the error of your ways, and you change your behaviors. But from just myself, from incidents I know or may have been familiar with, the energy around this, that's what it was. He's a dumbass. He's a fucking idiot who stabbed somebody. You already stabbed somebody. You don't know if they're dying or what. You're trying to get away from the scene. Well, if I hadn't already killed somebody possibly, or, you know, mortally wounded somebody, how much of a fuck am I going to give about, you know, too much of that? And again, your mind's racing. I got to get away. You get caught up in a fucking parade. And again, you can't turn around like you just And so what are you going to do? You're panicking. You're not thinking logically. Well, I just stabbed somebody. This is a parade and there's quite a bit of traffic here. Let me just avoid. Like, you're going to fucking run people over. You're going to do more dumb shit. And you're just going to pile onto the dumb shit that you're fucking doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. But yet some people, it's a this and it's a that. And you guys are promoting the black community. Whatever. Dummy Dave. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And that's what I've been saying. Like I said, from the information that I seen, when they said it was a black guy with dreads, when I saw that first video and the way it was, if this, in my opinion, if this was a terror attack, he would have ran straight through everybody. He'd have just tried to wipe out as many people as he fucking could, right? Even if this was a revenge for Kyle type of situation, I think he would have ran through as many people as he could. The way that he was moving and driving and doing all that, he was fleeing another fucking incident. And fucking, like I said, trying to get home, made a bad decision, and then just caused a fucking chaos after that. He parked up, I guess, at his house and, you know, everything else that happened. But of course I'm wrong, and I'm defending the black community by calling black guys with dreads. I don't even know I'm a black guy with dreads, but, you know, hey, let's all listen to Dave.
I missed that. I was in the library when all this shit was going down. I was just trying to do my thing.
And to clarify something, excuse me, too, is when I said something about that, when I was talking about David, I don't have to have empathy. No one has to show empathy. It's a choice to show empathy for something. Nobody is due your empathy. So it's the same way if a nigga is about to get fucking the chair for a crime he committed 20 years ago, I don't have to have empathy because he now shows remorse or he feels like he's saying, I could if I want to choose to do so, but I don't have to. You don't owe anybody anything. Your emotions, your energy, you're none of that. If you choose to, then that's different. That's what it is. And that's I meant to clarify that because that did sound extremely callous earlier when I said I don't have to show empathy, but I had to get that out. But all right, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Dave's on the. Oh no, you good, brother. Dave's on the line.
No, Dave ain't talking about shit.
Hella short. I'm cutting this hella short.
You can do your thing. Cause Dave ain't talking about shit. We can end the stream with Dave, whatever, if we get to him. Because like I say, Dave has nothing but pre-planned. What's the word? Premeditated talking points. Right. He's probably hanging out in the forums on Stormfront and he thinks that, it's a black guy, I'm gonna rile him up and I'm gonna say some things that's gonna get him mad, not knowing that this is the type of shit we talk about in here every day, right? Like the shit we call out in here every day. Me and you have conversations every day about niggas, how they tripping and how we don't fuck around with this shit and how the despicable things going on. But Dave, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna say stuff that these black guys say and it's gonna get them riled up and it does absolutely, it's effective for nothing. But anyway.
What do you say? What? Nigger, coon, house nigger? What do you say? I mean,
I don't think he dropped any N-bombs. He said something about kissing black women's feet. That's something I definitely wouldn't do. That's disgusting. But like I said, he's just saying a whole bunch of shit and it's like he's not saying nothing, like I said. So again, if we get back today, we'll get to him because I'd rather hear people who have something valid to point out and real points to make. And then, we can get back to it. Because again, he ain't say shit, but just ramble off at the mouth, talk about wanting to have a coherent conversation and then said nothing. So anyway, but.
Okay. Yeah. Well, shoot, man. Okay, it's been interesting stuff going on. I knew like 2 dudes called before I called in, so I'm not sure which one was Dave. I was listening in the car. I was like, okay, what's going on?
Now, Dave was the first one, and then Justin was the gentleman who just called in right before.
Oh, Dave was for. Oh, Dave. Oh, shit. Okay, Dave. All right, what's up, bro? Have you taken your Ritalin today, sir? That's all I gotta ask.
Oh man, he's
okay.
I'm going to be honest. Like I believe somehow along the way, maybe in high school, Dave walked in on his old lady getting gang banged by a bunch of black niggas with dreads or something. I don't know what he's mad about, and he's still scarred to this day about it. Like I don't know what's going on. And Gerd Oil, you are absolutely right. There is the black communities are lacking strong leadership. Most of these communities are being led by women and limp-wristed gentlemen. So, you take that with what you will. That they do not want masculine men leading the black community. They don't want masculine men having a say-so in the black community because we're just part of the patriarchy, nonetheless.
Black.com, essentially. Oh, man. Hey, look, Dave, I ain't got no beef with you, but you bring my name up. Well, I'll see you later. I got to get some sleep soon. I got a damn test.
All right. Well, Dan the man.
Thank you for clarifying that, though. I appreciate that. Because given the timing from the trial and the decision, I was thinking there was some revenge dude, but it was just some fucking idiot retard just trying to get away from the cops. He probably already caught one body.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to take an L, bro. I mean, this dude, so if I'm trying to get away from the cops or whoever else, I'm going to drive down the middle of the fucking downtown during a fucking parade. I assume he didn't know there was a parade. He didn't hear drums nearby. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. He must have been high or drunk.
I'm pretty sure all that played a role in it.
Yeah. But I still don't expect really much mainstream media coverage of this, even though it's a very tragic story.
No.
Just because, they're too busy trying to link Kyle with, Adolf, Mussolini, Pol Pot, many other evil mass murderers, essentially.
Oh, did you see the Kyle interview?
No, what?
Apparently had an interview with Tucker Carlson. I didn't see all of it. I saw a few little snippets. But in one of the snippets, he even said, he's like, I'm not anti-Black Lives Matter. I support it. And he's like, I think people should have the right to a peaceful protest. And he was saying a bunch of things that they definitely probably weren't expecting him to say, right?
Right.
And it just is what it is. And again, like I say, for the young man, I hope that he can go on and live as normal of a life as he can with a whole lot of cash in his bank account.
I feel you, Honcho. Mr. Wild Bill, I just read your comment, and you know what? I don't know either. I can't answer that question either, man. I really can't. I really can't. They really did a number on our people.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. But that's all I got, man. I guess happy birthday to me. Hopefully I get a C on this test.
Yeah, man, you go ace. Dan, you're going to go in there and ace it. Everybody else, You have to retake it. Dan be undermining himself. Dan be in there killing the grades. Like, don't let him fool y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I got 3.5 GPA right now, so I'm doing my best.
Okay, good
I'm trying
shit.
to keep it, hopefully.
Good shit.
I need to join these honor societies, you know what I'm saying, so they can be on my resume.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
trying to think about the future, man. That's all I'm trying to do. But thank y'all for saying happy birthday. I appreciate it. Heidi, I'll say happy birthday to you next week for your next birthday. So, but yeah, man, it's a crazy world out here, man. Look, man, take care. Look, see, my thing is like, unless I completely truly hate somebody, I try not to move a conversation with negativity.
Yes. Because
you never know when that last time you heard that person is. Actually, matter of fact, this Thanksgiving coming up, this time last year, that was the last time I saw my dad before he ended up in the hospital with pneumonia from COVID and all that shit. So this will be a very painful Thanksgiving. I'm not even gonna celebrate it. Ain't no point to it. I'm gonna just sit in the room. I won't have class, probably working on a paper. I got 2 papers due near the end of the beginning of December. So I'm just gonna work on that. You know, and my brother's going through it worse than I have because, you know, I was the last one who saw my dad out of us 3. Those other 2, they were off doing their own thing. So there's guilt about that and all this other shit. It's just really painful. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll call them and just say, make sure they're doing all right. But, you know, probably ask me for money or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand.
Life's hard.
We're gonna find somebody in the area near you. We're gonna see if we can get him to drop you off a plate or something. At least get you some Thanksgiving grub or something like that. You know what I mean? We gotta get you hooked up or something, man. You know, at least eat you something good. But yeah, I know around this time of year it's gonna be tough. You know, without the loved ones, and especially when it's as recent, you know, as the incidents that you've had. So, you know, we got you in the den, man. If anything, you want to chop it up, we can have us a little Thanksgiving Densgiving or something. You know, we can all hop in there and just keep each other company or whatever it may be. So, you know, if you got anything going on, just holler at your boy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Honcho. Ms. Grace, thank you. Heidi, somebody cock, and Dave. Have a good night, sir. Sarah, thank you. Y'all take care, okay? All right. What's up, Brandon? What's up, Delta? Y'all be safe, man.
All right, Dan. Appreciate it.
All right.
Shout out to the lovely Miss K Grace. Appreciate the super chat love. We're gonna have to find somebody in the Virginia area. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna have to get Dan a plate. Somebody gotta bring the plate. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What it is, Honcho, it's Jason S.
Jason S. You know, you've been a member of the den for quite some time. I stumbled across an old den where you were the artist formerly known as Dr. Rapid, and you had a very interesting call. But how are you doing this evening, Mr. Jason S?
I am doing swimmingly, Honcho. As a matter of fact, how are you doing?
I am doing exquisite. I am enjoying life. I am feeling vibrant. I had a good call with my good friend Dave, and I was so happy to hear from him. I'm just the rest of my night can only just be superb.
Whoa, the Dave, the magic Dave,
the one and only
mystical Dave.
Only one Dave better than Dave S, and that's Dave Chappelle. But he's like number 2 Dave in all the world.
well, Scooter Magooter. I had no idea that you had a talk with Dave. I am pleasantly surprised.
Yes. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yes. But I come bearing games. Bad choice of words. I want to play a game today.
No, it sounds like Saw. Last time I heard somebody say that, people had fucking reverse bear traps on their head. But what you got?
This game is called How to Create a Terrorist Attack. Because apparently nobody knows how to create a terrorist attack.
Okay. Maybe some guys in the Middle East that might be able to help out with it, but okay.
So what do you think are the ingredients for a terrorist attack?
Are we talking about like top-notch terror? Or are we talking like low-level terror? Top-notch. I think
any kind of terror.
I think the person has to be damn near suicidal. I think the person who executes this attack has to be basically suicidal. I think it's a person with intentions on doing as much damage in a crowded area as possible. Because I mean, you know, that's the whole point of doing it, I guess. And I would think that there would be some form of cause or, you know, maybe alleged belief or morals behind it, perceived morals behind it. But I wouldn't know. I've never considered ever doing such a thing. So I don't know.
Do you think a car would be good for a terrorist attack?
If I was ever playing that wouldn't be the way I'd go. That would definitely not be. I mean, it could do mass damage and it could cause some casualties, but that probably, in my opinion, wouldn't be ideal unless you're talking about like a car bomb or something of that sort. Then that could also cause a lot of issues. But if you're talking about just driving, it could mean a whole lot of vehicular homicide. I don't think that's the most ideal way to cause a terror attack. Beat you to it, Heidi.
Well, if we're going by terrorist attack standards, I think the guy in the video did a terrible job because he only took down like 2 or 7 people.
Oh no, he did way more than that. I think they said it's a total of 20.
How many?
I think it was a total of 23.
Oh shit.
Total. But I think they said 5, at least 5 killed, but you know, several people injured, hurt, a lot of children, a lot of elderly.
Yeah, and looking at the video, and I could already kind of figure out that this was the case before they released it. Looking at the video, it doesn't look like he just had it doesn't look like he had any intent. It just straight up looks like it was just like, well, screw it, I ain't got nothing to lose now. So he basically gave himself a stink and realized that he couldn't get out of it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like that's what I said from the beginning. Just the way everything went, and he has a rap video, John. That only adds to the point that I was initially making. He's a dumbass that made a dumbass decision, and he probably came from. I thought it was probably a robbery or something, but apparently it was a stabbing beforehand, and then he got caught up in the crowd and doing all that other shit. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
you know, he just, and again, like I said, this was not the act of some meticulously planned, you know, or properly executed event. This was just a guy who was a fucking idiot and making shitty ass life decisions and continuing to make on the fly shitty ass life decisions.
Yeah, and if even if the possibility that it was, which I know it's not, because they just released it. But even if it was, he did a terrible job of execution. Like, come on, man. Fucking Houston Texans type beat, bro. That's some terrible execution. Man.
Oh, dear. That's awful.
That's incredibly ironic after what happened today.
Yeah. And shout out Angel. Yeah, and that's what I said. I mean, you could tell once I saw the picture. Once I saw his picture, I knew exactly what it was. When I saw the tattoo over the eyebrow and all that shit, I already knew what it was, and it's exactly what I thought it was, you know, from the fucking jump. And that's why I say, like, I guess, you know, technically, if we want to be technical about it, you could say it was terror, but I think a terror has the intent it's a premeditated decision to, you know, inflict a lot of harm on a lot of people. I think he went to go stab whoever he stabbed or whatever happened with that. I think his intent was to get away from that, but in the middle of all of that, he ended up causing a lot of harm to a lot of people. So it was terrifying to the people involved. It was a fucked up situation, and it's a lot of casualties. But like I said, to me, a terror attack would have to be premeditated. I don't think that this part of that whole outcome was that, you know. But yeah,
nah, I'm on the same page with you. Although I was contemplating it, but I was like, I don't know, man. The way he was driving, it looked like he had to take a shit. Like, honest truth. It honestly looked like he had to go to the bathroom. He was driving. He just caught himself in this situation. He turned down the wrong road. He was just like, screw it. I'll just rescue these people. It wouldn't matter. And then he decides to go home and then back his car in. That's 100% what you would want to do, right? Because you just committed a crime, right? So you back your car in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just the whole outcome. And again, I don't know if drugs or whatever else were involved, but he definitely And like I say, just everything in that whole thing, it was just a fuck up. I mean, that's just what it is. He's a fuck up. And his video will get more views than ever. I'm pretty sure he'll be happy about that. You know, he's getting the attention he wanted. And when he's in jail, he can talk about, yeah, my shit's blowing up now. Probably people just shitting on him. And I'm sure it's trash. I guarantee it's trash. So it is what it is. But
Yeah, but that's all I got, man.
okay. Well, Mr. Jason S., I appreciate it. Thank you for calling in this evening, sir, and hope you have a good evening.
Thank you, man. You too. Oh, and
Yes.
have a good Thanksgiving.
Well, appreciate
Except for you, Dave.
it.
Except for you, Dave.
Dave deserves a good Thanksgiving. I think at the mental hospital that they probably probably put some little pills in the turkey.
He deserves to have a good Thanksgiving. Yeah. You know what else? You know what else he deserves?
What's that?
You know what else he deserves?
What is that?
These nuts dragging. He deserves these nuts dragging across his face.
I think he's probably into that. He's definitely probably into that. Appreciate the love, Heidi, and appreciate the love, Dan, the man. A Tesla would never do such a thing, right? Never, ever. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
You got me on or what?
You're on just like everybody else is on, Dave. Do you not understand?
Okay, do you want to have a civil debate?
Are you capable of having a civil debate?
Okay, sure. But when I'm not talking to you, you talk like you want to have a civil debate. But when I'm talking with you, you pretty talk over me and thuggish. So what is it?
I mean, I gave you ample time to express your points. I gave you several minutes. And then when I decided to, take my turn, you attempted to do the same thing and speak over me, Dave. And the thing is that, like I said, all you did was misconstrue the things I said. And then you lied about some of the things I said. Some of those things I never said. You just thought that because you saw the guy on the screen. And you assume that we all think alike.
Okay, there was some assuming. I did a little bit more research on you. I didn't know for sure what you were talking about. But, my original point I'm fine with. But your engagement of who you are with the black community, I don't know you is what I would say, whether I didn't misconstrue you or didn't. But you're talking to a conservative base, and I just happen to pull you up on YouTube and hear you talking. And what I'm trying to tell you is that white people don't think the way you're thinking.
But here's the thing, Dave. I don't care. I'm not catering to white people. I'm not catering to black people. What? I'm catering to those who want to listen. If you don't like it, there's 1,000 channels on YouTube that are open everybody.
You're a black guy that's playing to a white conservative base. So don't bullshit.
I'm not playing to a conservative base. I'm playing to an
and there
independent.
are black voices that are calling in. You're pandering to a white base. So don't fucking talk to me
I'm talking to an independent base.
You say that, but you aren't talking to a bunch of thugs. These are white people. Probably have a white
There's
people
a significant
in there.
number of black individuals, Hispanic individuals
I think
that are in this chat.
What about 13%? About 13%? About 13%?
I don't have the statistics. It's dropped significantly because I had been going in on black women.
Well, I'm saying that's the national average.
Well, I know
13%.
No shit. You're so smart, Dave. You tell me a lot of things.
I am pretty fucking smart. Saying I'm smart or not smart doesn't prove it one way or the other, but I know from being the fact that I'm me that I am pretty darn smart.
Your spelling doesn't prove that, but go ahead.
Listen, what my main point and what you should be thinking about and what you should be trying to understand is white people don't think the way you think like that. Like when you go to Japan, why they're appalled? Like in Japan, they're appalled by black people, but they're appalled by white people too. They're appalled by all cultures. Japan's a great example because they're a homogenous group of people that are over there. So that you see how a group of people act when you look at Japan, and it's outside the context of black and white because they're not black or white. And actually, they hate the other people. Like, the thing about Asia is they have their own microcosm of racial hatred. They all hate each other. And so the Chinese hate everybody. Chinese hate the Mongolians and the Japanese and the Taiwanese, and then they hate this, and then the Mongolians hate the Chinese and the Japanese. And they all hate each other for other reasons. Without us, there's plenty of racial hatred amongst themselves. So then you telescope it out, and you look at different things, you can get a better sense for like racism and everything outside the black and white context of America. And when you look at stuff like that and how the Japanese society goes, you can understand like black culture doesn't think the same way. Like it just doesn't handle human life the same way. It just doesn't. It has no care for it. It's literally some fucking Darwinian shit, and you can fucking mock it, and there's plenty of talking points to talk it down, but it really is true. It's like where you were when your genetics developed according to the equator. When you actually, it's like a snow thing. Like when you're close to snow, you actually have to develop these like different like tools, and it's not just that, but like there's tons of like things, and like the way Africans were set up, now that the world's all conglomerating and you like everybody's got to go, like your traits aren't good in the world. Like the way you were in Africa, just being violent and being in the sun constantly and never having the sun change or the winter change your environment. Like now that the world's conglomerating and all people are coming together, people are going, gee, black people fucking suck. And it sucks for everybody. And you know who's got the most empathy for you? White people. You know who's the only people doing anything for you? White people.
They should stop.
And you know who you give it to the most? White people.
They should definitely stop doing those things.
And you're fucking violent. You're so fucking violent. And you never, like, your violence is so fucking violent and ever present, you can't even fucking debate it. It's so far beyond the debate, you just laugh at it and move on. It's like, it should be like all other debates, Rittenhouse and all other things or whatever stupid little thing you want to bring up about white people or anything else. All the things are drops in the bucket to the constant fucking violence in the black community. And you perpetrate it on yourselves, but it spills over and it's just part of your fucking culture. And you don't do anything. You don't ever fucking address it. No, you don't do anything. What do you do to improve yourself on the fucking planet? What are you going to do when white people are gone? You know, the Chinese are going to steamroll you. We're the only people keeping you fucking around. Seriously, you laugh at that. But if it wasn't for white people, the Chinese would have just fucking assimilated Africa already. You're lucky that you have resources. You're sitting on resources, and the rest of the planet has now moved on to this point where we're not just all enslaving and eating and killing each other and taking the land. We're all kind of a little bit empathetic for each other. Now you're sitting on all these resources, and you're just in the way, and everybody on the planet's got to be like, fuck, well, we just can't fucking eliminate them. We got to deal with them as human beings. And now you just like, you know, so this is fucking like catch-22, and you just won't act like fucking human beings no matter what you do and where you go. You just won't accept your fucking lot in it. You won't think about it. You won't fucking move on. And the fucking media and the banks and the people who want to stir shit up, the people after fucking Occupy Wall Street, really all this stuff happened. Everything that's happened in the world, some of it 9/11 and stuff, other things, but it happened because they tried to do Occupy Wall Street. Occupy Wall Street happened and the bank people said, oh, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. We're taking over. And they Occupy Wall Street scared them so much, they pulled up stakes and said, fuck this, never again. You won't, you know. They're like, nope, you'll never be close enough to again to fucking harm us. You know, we'll fucking throw the whole rat world into the fucking fire before that'll ever happen again. This is retribution for Occupy Wall Street, basically. Seriously, dude, your people should fucking take an interest in fucking being human beings. They all love it. We're waiting. The planet, you're sitting in Africa, the fucking jewel continent, the fucking jewel of the fucking planet. We're all waiting for you to fucking get on the human train. Please, get on the fucking human train with us. Choo, choo, choo. All aboard.
Is you finished or is you done? See, again, so Dave hung up. And this is why I made Dave wait. Because Dave cannot debate. Dave cannot have a conversation. Dave needs to just spew a bunch of talking points, right? Dave needs to just fly off at the mouth. And the reason why I took the call, I knew exactly what was going to happen. Because Dave sat there in the chat talking about, I'm afraid, you're afraid to hear my point, but Dave hung up the first time, right? The guy has no points. Again, he, like I say, maybe he's on Stormfront or whoever, wherever. Appreciate the love, strong and grand. And I may have missed a couple. Let me. It's all an illusion. Yeah, Dave, more than welcome to come to the Discord. I'll drop the Discord link in here. Because we can definitely have a voice conversation, and we can speak about everything you want to. I don't think you'll last very long, because you just like to hear the voices in your head tell you, whatever it is that you need to know. Never been to Africa. Was not concerned with Africans. I think that's a whole different argument. I don't even know what he was talking about, honestly. Like, he took it to a whole nother. He took it to a whole nother place that had nothing to do with what the fuck we were talking about. But you see, the reason why I win, right? This is why I win. Because Dave came in here complaining about what I was saying about the current situation. And he can't dispute that. He can't dispute anything that I said about this actual specific situation. So he comes with these vague, random ass talking points about a bunch of shit that has, you say, no, Dave on Discord. Dave is more than welcome to come to Discord. Like I said, he won't last long. But he's these random talking points. He just draws from his brain. He's like, yeah, I saw this on a forum once. I saw a guy said this. It was cool. And like I say, just repeats a bunch of shit that I've already heard. Like, now, I tell you, when you want to understand your views better, right? And you want to understand what's going on in the world around you, you have to go into places, you have to listen to things you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you listen to, like, I've been in some of the most racist conversation, like actual race. I don't use the term racism very often, or that I call something racism very often, but I've been in actual racist conversations. And there's we're spewing a bunch of the same basic ass shit, right? And one, it's not my job to go out and save niggas. Like, I'm not signing up for that. I have no interest in doing so. My job is to protect me and my family and those that I love. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I don't know who's supposed to be the appointed savior of the white race. I don't know who's supposed to be the appointed savior of the Asian race. Whatever. Again, it's not my job, right? All my concerns are the well-being of me, my family, the community in which I live in, as long as it remains safe. And unfortunately, I don't live next to any niggas. I don't live there's black people in the neighborhood, but on my block, there's the only black family here. And it's weird. So my neighbors are all super nice, right? And they're all exactly, like, they're super nice, really cool. I'm probably the worst neighbor on this block. Like, because I'm not a super sociable person. They invite me over to come watch games. I feel bad because I don't ever do it. I like them. They're all super cool. But I'm just not a super sociable person. Like, extremely nice people. You know what I mean? I actually saw another black person on my street. I had to turn around and see what the fuck was going on, right? I was like, what's going on? I don't know you, nigga. You a new nigga. But but that's the problem, right? See, this is the problem with the Daves of the world. Or the issue, because they're so caught up in something. Like, if I was white, I would not give a shit about black people issues. I'm black and barely give a shit about black people issues, right? As long as so much pertains to me. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
It's not Dave. It's Dan.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Much better. Much better. What's on your mind, Mr. Dan? How you feeling? You felt like something must have stirred you up. You have to call back, get you riled up or something, or what's on your mind?
Yeah. The phrenologist over there, David. Is he still in the chat, or did he leave like a coward ass nigga?
No, he left. He's a.
Okay.
As I say,
I'm sorry. I'm using the word.
Yeah. He has a. Dave has an issue. He's one of those people that he can't leave something alone until he feels like he gets his say so out, and then he abandons ship because like he's not trying to have an intelligent debate.
Yeah, and Heidi, I do have a test, but I shouldn't have listened to that call. It had me riled up. Look, I've called here for a while. I have never said that black people are inherently dedicated to this. I've said it's culture. The culture needs to change. The rap music, all that shit, that needs to change. And people like him, see, he's the reason why I was almost like super liberal younger, because that not inherent to white people, that inherent racism that he has. People like him. I won't be surprised. I mean, I'm just, But he says all this shit about intelligence levels. Yeah, you're right, Heidi. I'm probably getting to see tomorrow. You said it was about intelligence levels. Then why are some of the highest paid people in this country immigrants from Africa, from the Caribbean? Maybe it's the level of opportunity that's provided when they come to America. Maybe that's what the issue is. Why is that? Why is that? Yeah, he needs to go back to Stormfront or wherever other supremacist website he goes to, which he probably already invaded by the FBI. That's just so. Yeah. Now I agree with the culture. The culture needs to change. I agree on that too, and his culture needs to change too in some aspects. Because it's racist shit like that. He's helping to cause this division in America. People like Joy Reid and people like him are two sides of the same goddamn coin.
Yes.
They're a bunch of race betas, race hustlers. You ever remember what was the movie? Higher Learning?
Yes.
Remy. See, that's Remy. That's Remy. His name ain't Dave. He's Remy. And some black dude probably punked his ass or slept with his girl or whatever the fuck got him mad at Negroes. And yeah, he's like, I'm gonna yell at people on the phone. I'm not gonna answer any questions they have. I'm just gonna pout and run and storm my mouth, and then I'll hang up and not respond. I sincerely doubt he'll be back here. Yeah, he should come back. I'll stay up all night yelling at his ass. But that's not going to solve anything, and I'll film my test tomorrow. I'll sleep to that shit. My friends are like, Daniel, why'd you sleep? I was debating racists last night. Oh, I'm sorry, you get an A. Right? That'd be awesome. So it's a sociology class maybe, but not a second. No, I got to pay attention. So that's what I want to say. That dude's a coward. Yeah, American History X. Yeah, Derek Vineyard in the motherfucker. That's a good movie, though. Straight up, that's a really good movie. Sad, though, but really good movie. Well, people like him, they're part of the issue of this country. Straight up. They're part of the issue of this country. Yeah, people, they're race hustlers. People like him, like David Duke. I like him to David Duke. Yes, David Duke. Name David, right? David Duke, right there. David Duke.
Might be Dave Duke Jr.
Yep. Yeah. Because honestly, I don't think I've ever gotten in on like white racists as much as I should have in my past calls. But I had to call in and let y'all know that. Because Heidi mentioned my name. Dan will love him. No. I like being respected. And that man did not respect me. He didn't respect you, Honcho. That pissed me off too. Yeah. Because you let him call into your show. You could have hung up on him.
Yeah, but see,
I respect you for letting him run his mouth.
Yeah, you got to let people expose themselves sometimes. Like, and again, like if he would have had something valid to say, I would have been I'd have been interested. Let's have this discussion. But Dave did not have a discussion. That's why I say I let the whole him run his mouth. Chat, let me talk. Like I say, just the petulant child. Let me talk. I'm here. I'm waiting on the line. I'm waiting on. Let's have an. He faked as though he wanted to have a legitimate discussion, and then he just wanted to get his talking points off, and then he hung up. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's like, yeah, it could have been like if he'd have put it in a certain way, he was going a certain direction with it, some of the things I could have agreed with what he was saying, but like I said, his vitriol and his anger just overtook him. And he just said a bunch of dumb shit. He had a bunch of dumb shit to it that just made it pointless. So
the equator.
Yeah, sun. You're talking about sun people.
Bro.
Talking about the power of melanin and everything too. You want to talk about all that? Is that where we're going? Like, where are you going with this whole thing? But whatever. It is what it is. Then
Miss Grace. Yeah, I feel you on that. Oh my God.
Dave goes to work and he's angry that his black boss makes him clean the toilets. So that's kind of what it is. Dave's just it is. He hates his boss. That's all it is. So
yeah. See, now I have to change the way I call them. Start roasting white people like you get in on black people. But I don't be getting on black people. I'll be saying like your big lips and your dreadlock. I'll be talking about like these crazy tattoos people have. All the crime goes on in our community. That's what I talk about. I talk about cultural issues.
Yes.
Not like race itself. And if it ever came out like that, I do apologize. See, I admit when I'm wrong, if I have been wrong, I'll admit that. But on second thought, I shouldn't change the way I conduct myself because of a Hillary Clinton's cousin over there. Heidi, I'm going to slap the shit out of you after I meet you in person. But I still love you. Okay. Oh my God. Now that shit had me angry, bro. Really angry. The fact he was disrespecting you like that, and the Reddit crew saying just extremely infuriating.
But see,
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, but my thing is that to me, for it to be disrespect, I would have had to have respected Dave for me to even perceive that what he was saying was disrespectful to me. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
So, I mean, like I said, you know, he can say whatever he wants. People are entitled. Like I said, I'm a firm believer in allowing people to say, you know, what they feel and then what's on their mind. And you allow people, what is it? When you allow people into the, I'm sorry, the opening your mouth allows people into the closet of your mind, right? And so some people have skeletons in that closet. Some people got dirty old socks and whoever knows what else. But again, so Dave showed us exactly, you know, what goes on in his mind. And it's unfortunate. I hope he seeks help, honestly, or, you know, refills his medication. I know prices are going up, so it might be a little hard, but hey, it is what it is.
He's going and starting that cuck porno he's gonna make with his busted ass girlfriend. Fuck him. You can tell him I said that, or I'll tell him myself if he does show back up here. It is what it is. Anyway, look, happy birthday to me. I'm going to bed. I got to test tomorrow.
Yes, sir. So your test is much more important than Dave. But Dave is no Chicago Mike. I'll tell you that, right? He could only dream.
Woo,
he could only dream of being a Chicago Mike on his best day.
See, the thing with Chicago Mike, did Chicago Mike start the whole thing, or did someone else start? I'm trying to remember.
Chicago Mike got riled up about something. I think it was some back and forth, and it just it stirred. I think somebody might have. I got to go back and watch that one, but I think somebody kind of misconstrued what he was saying or something a little bit, and then it got some back and forth that he got all riled up. And the fucked up part about Chicago Mike is he didn't tell a lie. Hey, people didn't like it, and it didn't feel good to hear, but he did not tell a lie.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. But he wasn't talking like back in Africa, this and that. No, he just talking about cultural issues.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, I respect Chicago Mike for his gangsters. Dave is Dave, and I'll leave it at that. But yeah, Heidi, I'm going to bed. You're right, Heidi. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. Yeah. But man, yeah, y'all have a good night, man. And shout out to the internet, bro. They found that dude's website, like John from NY was talking about. Found his YouTube page. They had the same car they had them people with within the damn video. One of the videos. It's insane. The internet is undefeated, like John said. It's facts, bro. It's facts. So let justice be served.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna go check the music video out and shit after the stream. I'm looking forward to it. Probably post it in the Discord.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Let me go ahead out, man. I get some. I took my melatonin. I'm about to pass the hell out.
All right, well, that's a bad day. I'm gonna drink me some sleepy tea after this. And good luck on you. I'm not giving you no good luck on you. So I know you finna ace the test. I ain't giving you no good luck. You work for it. I know you got it. So I ain't even tripping. So, you know, ace your test, and then we'll chop it up. We'll chop it up on something tomorrow, man.
Yeah, y'all be there tomorrow. I might have a little something to drink. I don't know. I know I ain't got no class Tuesday, so I might have a little something to drink. We'll see. We'll see. But man, y'all have a good night, man. I'm gonna calm down. I know I'm very critical of my people, but I care about my people.
Yeah.
I just spoke to my nephew today. He had a very long situation about his future, and so you know that's a young black man. So I do care about my people. I want that to be known, straight up.
Absolutely.
So y'all have a good night, man.
All right, you too, Mr. Dan. Appreciate the call.
All right, now.
All right. That'll be our last one for this evening, as we got a few more minutes before we wind up. I apologize about the technical issues that you just had to stare at me making this weird face the whole time. But this is something I want to talk about. And I'm glad we carried on. I'm glad we met Dave. And, you know, it is what it is. Math Boy Fly, he definitely didn't calculate his moves, I'll tell you that. So it's just like this. And I know people say, well, why didn't you hang up on him? Or why didn't you do this? Or, you know, because again, I have principles, right? I have a certain set of beliefs. And to some people, these beliefs, you know, can seem offensive or disruptive or, you know, not effective. But these set of beliefs is what has made the den what it is today, right? And it's unfortunate that, you know, I don't even say it's unfortunate. It's very fortunate that we get to see the minds of some people, because some people feel safe, you know, spewing all kind of nonsense and radicalized thoughts on the internet and under the guise of being concerned, when in reality, they're not concerned. And like I say, the reason people say, well, you don't talk about white people the way you talk about niggas on here, because and not to have this mistake, in the same way that I said, Dave, if I was a white guy, I wouldn't give a shit about black people's problems. I'm not part of the white community, right? So those problems are not my issues. My issues are I speak on things that obviously the mainstream media is going to skew a narrative because I think that you should have an even view. I had some videos I want to show you before this happened. There's things we were going to stream about tonight. The things we were going to stream about tonight was going to be some more ridiculousness. You know, I show y'all videos all the time of terrible things that are going on that are more destructive than any of these allegations that are made by, you know, some of these much more liberal groups that say, oh, black people are being oppressed or being violated. And I show y'all things and say, well, this is where we're losing. And people say, oh, well, you know, equality and equity, all this stuff. You know, we talk about all these things. But I just think it's important to give the other side because I blame the media. Shout out to Justin. Justin had a great call earlier too. I blame the media because Dave said you have to care if you're problems like black problems. Where do they spill? Well, this did spill over. I guess you got a point there. But the thing about Dave is being dishonest because he doesn't really care, right? So he just wants something to talk about. But all you got to do is, I think if you want to talk about black problems spilling over, then you need to blame that more to the people who are being lenient on crimes as a whole, right? Because you got a lot of people who are getting some leeway on certain particular behaviors because of whatever excuses that you make. And this is coming from a person who has a little bit, I'm pretty sure not a rap sheet along with some of these guys, but I won't sit here and say that I was the most upstanding citizen. Those of you who know, if you've been here, I've shared a lot with y'all. And I can tell you about the culture. I can tell you about the people I lived around at those times. I could tell you about, those things, man. Appreciate you coming in. I hope I don't fuck your name up. Gert Oil. Shout out to you. So I'm saying, again, like, these things are necessary. And like I say, some of the stuff he was saying was true. And I can sit there and admit, like, some points he was making were true. About 13% of it. About 13% of what he was saying was true. Fucking corny ass. I'm the only person that gets to be corny around here. I'm the king of corny in this camp. Yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, man. We do this every night live, usually 9 p.m. Central. Got off to a little bit of a later start today. 9 p.m. Central for about 2 hours every night, Sunday through Friday. Everybody's welcome here. All opinions are welcome. Whether you agree or disagree, as you see, if I can talk to Dave, I can talk to anybody, or I can listen to Dave. If Dave didn't, if David did not engage in too much conversation. Gerdo, I appreciate that. Shout out to you. Thank you so much, sir. And usually the face on the screen moves around. It's not frozen, so I got to figure out what's going on with my camera. But let me drop the Discord link in there for those of you who want to join the Discord. We do that. Jump in the after party after the streams. Greg Allen, appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the den. Look, y'all got some new den folk joining us. Let me put the invite. Let me get the right deal here. But yeah, man, like I say, it's really fucked up. And again, especially for the children who, lost their lives in this, the elderly too. It's fucked up for everybody. Like, don't let me get it misconstrued. But I have another level of sympathy for children. Like, before we were all fucked up adults where we are now, we're mad at everything. Like, we were kids, the world had tainted us, tainted the way we think, believe, and, when you were still pure. And I think that if people didn't have agendas and people weren't out to manipulate young minds, that the world would be a much better place. But here we are now, right? Angry old folks. And so before people get to that, they were children. And that's the purest form, I feel like, of being. You're just discovering the world. You're not mad at the world for every fucking reason. And I feel real bad when kids lose their lives, man. Yeah, I've been on stuck like the whole time. It's the camera. The camera's tripping because the bitch is on, and when I do my camera settings, it shows up and it's moving just fine. But for some reason in my streaming software, it's fucking up. Like it's fucking all the way up. I don't know what it is. But here's the Discord link. If y'all want to join the Discord, you're more than welcome. Jump in there. And like I said, we can make it shake. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate each and every one. Y'all want to get on some Halo after? I'm gonna try to play for my PC because I know it's got crossplay on there. I don't know, the shit it'll look way better on my PC than it does on the fucking Xbox One. So I'm gonna see what's what. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I thank each and every one of y'all. I wish I could see y'all, but again, it's my honor. It is my privilege. And more than anything, it is my pleasure to get to chop it up with you guys each and every night. I thank y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves. I want to see you back here tomorrow night. We have plenty to talk about. For those of y'all who want to join the after party, we in the Discord. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. I'm in that thing. All right. Good night to each and every one of y'all. I am out. See, look at this. This fucking camera's working. Piece of shit. This camera works. This fucking camera don't work. Terrible shit. Terrible shit. Go, man. Y'all take care of yourself. Until mañanas.